Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Afternoon Tune. I'm your host, Josh, and with me are my two co-hosts.
It's your boy, Chase.
And it's your boy, Nick.
Going to discuss Borat 2. Borat 2 is a sequel to Borat, which was the cultural phenomenon film that came out in 2006.
Or as you most likely know it, every frat boy's favorite movie. And the source of every single bad impersonator.
Yeah,
they even comment on that in the movie.
Thank so much.
And in the film, like Borat, the first one came out in 2006. Like I said, big cultural phenomenon movie. Like it blew up. I saw the first Borat I think around when it came out, or a little bit later, like maybe 4 years later. Like it's been a long time since I've seen the first Borat film. Like a really, really long time. Like what about you guys?
I actually just saw the original Borat. As a kid, growing up, I really didn't feel like I needed to watch it because it was around me all the time, pretty much. Everybody was making references to it, so I felt like I had seen it vicariously. But I don't know. When I was a kid, when I was younger, I didn't necessarily think it was a movie for me, and watching it changed my mind completely. I love this weirdo, and I want to visit Kazakhstan. I wish it existed.
Dude, Kazakhstan is a real country.
That Kazakhstan?
Oh, not that Kazakhstan.
Exactly. Well, how about you, Nick?
All right. I remember seeing this, I think maybe 2 years after it came out. And I remember really loving it. I think I was like maybe 2008. I was, 10, 13 at the time. And I kind of didn't really understand a lot of the humor that was going on. I revisited this a few years ago and just died laughing watching it, just how uncomfortable it got, and kind of amazed that he got away with a lot of what he was doing in the movie, bringing and interacting with like real people who weren't in on the joke.
Yeah, I mean that was kind of the brilliance of the movie, like having these people, like these kind of surreal kind of real people mixed in with comedy bits, like that was what he was able to do, kind of have that kind of mockumentary kind of style comedy, and it just made it for all the better. And I think might interject. I think at the time it was kind of like the next logical step after something like Jackass, where that show was doing pranks, but with Borat it was doing pranks, but it was also trying to do a lot of social commentary and expose a lot of America's still kind of fucked up moral code.
Yeah.
I mean, and this movie does the same thing here, because in Borat 2, the whole premise is that in order to restore the great glory of the nation of Kazakhstan, Borat is going to deliver his daughter to the American regime, and he's trying to deliver his daughter to the president, President Trump. But he's like, well, I don't know. He's too high profile. I don't think I can get to him. But maybe
no. So he has to deliver his young daughter to a man who gets so much ass that he cannot be in the same room as another woman.
Not even the flies can get enough of him.
VP Pence, he's like, so it's
Vice President Michael, Vice Pussy Grabber Michael Penis.
So he has to go deliver his daughter to. He's like, well, he's too high profile. I'll just compromise and give it to him instead. And his daughter, who's played by Maria Belkova, she's really funny in it. And I think him and her work very, very well together. I think she has a lot of very funny moments in this. There's a scene where she's in the car with a woman, and she's constantly screaming, "Women can't drive. You know, that's illegal. You're a man," which is really funny. I think that's pretty funny.
Yeah, that was one of the funnier moments in this, and a lot of the humor with her, it comes from a lot of really misogynistic upbreeding. Like they in the movie version of Kazakhstan, like women can't drive, women aren't allowed to read, women aren't even allowed to be in the same car as a man.
Yeah, women's vagina have teeth that swallow you from inside. Yeah.
It's basically the movie Teeth. For any of you seen it?
Yeah.
Thankfully, no.
I don't know. There's a woman in Lovecraft Country who I think I'd be willing to take that risk for something like that. But we'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah. We'll sacrifice it. We'll sacrifice ourselves later.
That 30 seconds will be worth it.
I'd at least try to make it a minute. 30.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to Borat.
Okay.
All right. Oh yeah, because Nick, you were saying like how it touches on misogynistic culture, the social commentary of that, and like that's what a lot of her humor is based on. And she even goes through a kind of an arc in the film, which is nice, of her learning, like being in America and learning kind of these different things, which is also very funny. Because she says, like, I've opened my eyes. I know the truth. I know this place called Facebook that has all the answers, all the truths. You know what I mean?
And the first thing she does is, Holocaust isn't real.
Yeah, I love that bit. In her coming to her own, she discovers like this whole Republican women's convention. She does it the worst possible way by going to a Republican women's convention and then looking at Facebook where all the QAnon conspiracies are. I love it. That's where she learns that her father and her whole culture has been lying to her through other lies.
So I mean, there's just a lot of good things that this movie does. I mean, you guys, you just recently saw the first one. I didn't go back and watch the first one again. So, how much do you think it compares to the first one, as far as humor, as far as what it does with the social commentary, how much of it is updated? Because this is 14 years, that's a decade plus. I mean, how well do you think Sacha Baron Cohen does at having that same type of humor? Because a lot of Borat, was it lightning in a bottle? Was he able to kind of repeat that, you think?
I think so.
Yeah, I think Borat very much was lightning in a bottle. It was something that can only be done once. So what I feel like he does here is he pulls less away from just going for a lot of shock humor jokes and telling a more narrative's actual story in this, and using those jokes to supplement it. Which, I don't know about you guys, but whenever like movies like Borat or Bruno or The Dictator, which was like the one like full-on narrative, I always feel like Sacha Baron Cohen movies are really weak when it comes to here. And here, it's actually a really sweet father-daughter and coming-of-age story, and it works really well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What
do you
arcs? I was just gonna basically say the arcs feel justified despite the telling of it. Despite it all just being one crazy comedy, the arcs feel justified. And I wanted to ask. So I just found out about the whole like Rudy Giuliani scene. Like how much of the movie was actually just kind of like that original Borat style, where it was they were just shooting and and Sacha Baron Cohen was just in character, just fucking around. Do you know?
What do you mean?
I mean it's because
this felt. I was just gonna say this felt more story driven, more so than like the original movie kind of felt like a collection of scenes.
Okay. So
and this one feels like there's actual arcs, like
a
both
narrative.
they're both Borat and his daughter are actually learning something as they go along this trip.
Yeah.
Rather than the first one where it's kind of just him like experiencing all the worst of America. And
And he does that here too.
yeah. Oh yeah, he definitely does. But
Yeah, and a lot of stuff that happened with Sacha Baron Cohen that's come out in the news like during the pandemic, a lot of that makes appearances here.
Yeah.
okay.
Because there was, because the troll game in this movie is A1. I mean, the
Oh,
troll
yes.
game is pretty good. And a lot of stuff he did before even the movie came out appeared in the news beforehand. You know what I mean? Like, there was a scene where he goes to, like, this MAGA rally dressed up as, like, the prospector from Toy Story. And and that I remember that was like a big thing in the news beforehand of how he tricked all these people into thinking like he was like this country singer.
Tricked a lot of people into singing along to a whole lot of racist, whole lot of homophobic shit, a lot of like anti-science stuff.
Okay, so that whole scene was real.
That was real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was the scene where he breaks into the convention where Mike Pence was speaking? Is that
That
real?
was also real.
Yeah.
I looked back at that video and I could hear him screaming, "Michael Penis! I brought the young girl for you." I could hear him screaming that.
That is funny as hell.
Yeah.
Legally, how does he get away with that? Because I know for film you have to you have to get people to sign off on using their image or their likeness a lot. So especially if you're making money off of it. So,
I mean,
you know.
Yeah. I don't know how he gets away with. Yeah, I don't know how he gets away with that. 'Cause
pretty-
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
When he showed the MAGA rally, I'm like,
Yeah.
Because why would those people really want their faces to be shown? You know what I mean? But there was the one guy that walked past.
Well, they probably don't know what it is for, or they get told that we're just filming the rally to show off our ideals or something or the other.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah, they could kind of just be like, oh yeah, we're media.
yeah,
and
pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll get to a certain somebody who definitely didn't want to be caught on camera.
Yeah.
The way he got caught on camera too. I thought that was all scripted, dog. I didn't know that was actually happening until I saw it blow up on Twitter.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah. So the big thing that happened was with Rudy Giuliani because in the movie Borat's daughter is giving an interview and to Rudy Giuliani because she was like, okay, well, I can't get the Michael Pence, that failed. And then it's funny, there's a scene in the movie that's funny where she kind of goes through all the other people she could possibly be offered up to, and she keeps scrolling through all the list of names, like, what about him? And she points to like Michael Cohen in jail. Okay, what about him? And she points to who else is it? Michael Flynn, right?
Oh, Michael
Flynn's
Flynn.
Steve Bannon. It's like, he get arrested. And it's like all these other people. It's like keeps just flipping. And it's like, okay, let's just settle on him. And that's when she does like an interview with him, and the interview's over, and then they grab drinks, they go in the back. So some people, it's like, some people saying like he was tucking in his shirt, he wasn't tucking in his shirt.
You don't. Okay, let's say this. The video has like widely circulated around like YouTube and social media. Motherfucker, you don't lie back and reach into your pants, lingering around your dick when you're tucking your shirt in.
Especially when one of your hands is touching the girl's ass.
Yeah. Because it's kind of weird because it was like, so they grab drinks and then they go into the room and then she's trying to like take the mic off of him, right? And you can see she's like pulling her shirt up to like take the mic out, right? But then when she's kind of bending over to do it, he kind of pats her on like the hip and stuff like that, lower back. And then he like lays back, and some people say, "Oh, he's tucking his shirt." I don't tuck in my shirt laying down. You know what I mean?
Not like that.
Yeah, I don't tuck in my shirt. So I was like, I don't do that late. Like I don't tuck in my shirt.
No, I saw the motherfucker squeeze.
Plus, he was wearing a dress shirt, so it was already tucked in.
Well, I think she kind of you could say she untucked it a little bit because when she was like pulling out the mic, she was kind of doing that. But then, like when she was trying to get off the mic a little bit. He was like, okay, I'm gonna need your name and your like address and phone number. Like you could say maybe the phone number you can understand because it's like maybe you want to follow up on like, okay, when is the interview gonna be posted? Where is it gonna be posted? You know, all that other stuff. But then he asked for her address. Why the hell do you need her address? That didn't really make a lot of sense.
Big shocker. Creepy old man is a creepy old man. Big shocker.
So I was like, I mean, because it kind of looked kind of weird, you know, him just kind of playing around, like playing pocket pool there, you know what I mean? Like him just kind of so, and then
even did he know cameras were still on?
Nah, he must have not known that. He might.
Goodness.
Because like you see, like because the scene with Borat, like he pops up, and everything like that, and you can see like he kind of had a look like he got caught, like oh shit, what?
Yeah.
Like his hands was down. Like, oh,
he got caught and ran.
Yeah. So, so I mean, I'm not saying one way or the other 100%, but I'm like, it don't look like he really tucking in his shirt on that much, but I
won't say one way or the other, but it sure as shit don't look good.
I genuinely thought that was scripted the way it went down. It was just like too.
Come on, dude. You know, like that side of the political spectrum has zero sense of humor. You really think they're gonna agree to that?
Facts.
Yeah.
But I was just like, wow, this is like going down way too like easily. So I don't know.
Hey, well, you know what they say.
He is a creep, though.
You know what they say, when you start thinking with the wrong head, you kind of stop thinking.
Yeah. But when they did the first Borat film, he got a lot of politicians then, too. If I remember correctly, like he got some other people, like other major people, also like...
Nobody, like... I don't remember anybody, like, up to, like, this level of prominence right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like he got like he was talking to like maybe congressmen and stuff like that, or interviewing a couple of them, but nobody like, you know, Rudy Giuliani, who is quote unquote the president's best friend.
Yeah, I mean nobody. I don't think. Yeah, you're right. Of that level. But he would get like kind of people like that, and he did the same thing like when he was Ali G, you know, stuff like that, which was really funny. Stuff like that.
And stuff as recently as like This Is America on Showtime.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, people. It's not. It happens a lot. I mean, it's not like you get ton of these, you know, like not even by Sacha Baron Cohen, but just, you know, like a lot of these kind of mock, you know, reporters. You know, you don't know from there's like 80 billion news stations, blogs, you know, websites, everything like that.
Yeah.
Everybody has a podcast, you know.
Like we do.
Yeah, you know, every asshole has a podcast like us, you know. So
like, comment, and subscribe.
So it's I mean, it's not plausible you can just catch a couple of these people, you know, slipping up and everything like that. So to give final thoughts on the movie, I think it is really funny. I think there's a lot of really good moments in it that you will laugh at. It is nice to see, I don't know if it's nice to see, but just like kind of, it's a lot of what the first Borat did, that insight into America, people, the way they think, the way they feel, the way they are kind of just not thrown off by his, obvious racism and anti-Semitism. You know what I mean? It goes into a cake shop and, asks the woman to put icing on the cake. Jews will not replace us. And just not even a hesitation. It's like, okay, sure. And then just does this like, okay.
Granted, this isn't like south of Texas.
Yeah.
When he's doing this.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's still that good level of commentary in this movie. I think that was probably in the first movie. And I really enjoyed it a lot. I would give it, I think an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. What about you guys?
Well, for me, it's hard to give a movie like this, quote unquote. I don't want to give it I'm gonna give it a 9, dog. I had so much
Damn.
fun with it. I had so much fun with it, and the fact that it was a solid political commentary, somehow shot throughout the midst of COVID, and it had a good narrative to it. It was a father-daughter road trip story. I gotta give it a 9. I had a lot of fun with it. It was, for me at least, one of the most enjoyable films this year. And yeah, check it out.
Nick?
All right, well, with something like the first Borat, it's kind of hard to capture that magic again. It's hard to get that kind of blend of scathing social commentary and have it be as funny as it is. And I feel like for the second time out, Sacha Baron Cohen, he decided to take a more narrative and more story-driven approach. And it would not have worked if he didn't cast an actress like Maria Bakalova, I think is how you say her name. And their chemistry is on fire. Every time they're on screen together, I could not look away. And they together and her alone, they have some of the funniest moments in the entire movie, and some of the funniest moments I've seen this year. I had so much fun with this, and everything that's from the first movie, it's not as shocking as it is, but it still works for this. So I gotta agree with you, Josh, and give this 8 out of 10.
Wow. Is this the first time we've ever agreed on it? The first time?
I think so, yeah.
Wow. You finally got
You
some.
guys are haters.
Yeah. Nick finally got some taste. All right. There we go.
Oh, motherfucker!
Yeah.
Y'all are gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, coming from the dude that gave The Boys a 9. Now I feel dirty.
What do you mean? The Boys is fire.
Yeah, Josh gave it a 9. We gave it like 10.
Oh wait, yeah. I forgot he gave it a 9. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, hate.
How could you side with this man? How could you side with this man?
So can you all think of any negatives of Borat 2? Anything that you didn't like? Any dislikes?
Before we get to that, I just remembered he gave. I'm thinking of ending things a 7, if I'm not mistaken, too.
Oh.
This isn't the first time he's given a bad review.
I feel like if I could find a criticism, with a lot of sketch comedy, there's like a tendency for it to go too long, and I feel like maybe a couple jokes went on a little too long.
Can you remember one that went on for too long?
For me, it was like the I'm trying to remember what it's called. The like ball, like the ballroom. scene.
The period blood, the moon blood.
Yeah,
Oh,
the moon blood. I felt like that went on a little too long for my taste.
That's fair.
Oh, jeez.
I still laughed, but
Yeah.
Yeah. The conclusion of that scene is, yeah. Oh man.
Now, I do have a couple questions though. So like, and I need to see the behind scenes for this movie in particular, because do you think the two MAGA dudes that that Borat was hanging out with, do you think those were actually like MAGA dudes, or do you think that they were?
Yeah, let's be
actors?
real. If they were, I think they're actors, because let's be real.
Okay.
If they were real people, the second he said, "Hello, can I live with you?" BAM! He threatened me. I feel threatened.
Some foreign terrorist asked to live with me during the midst of a lockdown.
I felt threatened.
Yeah, that was.
So I stood my ground.
That was kind of one thing that was kind of a negative for me. Just like kind of that I didn't think that was. I thought that was kind of the weakest part of it. Just him.
At first, it kind of like felt the weakest part, but then like as that little arc progresses, you kind of see the chemistry between the three of them, and as fucked up as it is, it's actually kind of sweet.
I just love the fact that Borat's misogyny was just too much for them.
Exactly. The racism, fine, but the sexism.
Like that's where we draw the line. They are people too.
Yeah.
Women are people.
It's
too.
like, goddamn.
Everyone's got limits. Everyone's got a line.
Yeah.
All right. So
That was funny.
just so you know, where you can find us: Twitter, The Afternoon Tune, Facebook, The Afternoon Tune. If you want to catch us, send us an email. Let us know your thoughts. Send in a question. theafternoontune@gmail.com. Just everything, The Afternoon Tune. We're also available where everybody listens to podcasts. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify. We're on Anchor. Wherever you all listen to podcasts, we'll be there. You can always check us out. Nick, where you want people to find you?
All right, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Night and Day Nick.
All right, Chase.
And you can find me at Mr. Chase Mack. That is spelled MrChayse, Mac, MAC. And you can find me on Twitter, Instagram. Yeah, I'm there.
All right, nice.
How about you, Josh? Do you want to plug your personals or?
Oh, I'm always monitoring the Afternoon Tune Twitter, Afternoon Facebook. So hey, if you ever want to talk to me, I'm usually the person that's monitoring those things. Also, don't forget YouTube, do all that fun stuff you all know to do. Thumbs up, like, subscribe, all that good fun stuff. Know what to do. Leave a comment, constructive criticism. Let us know what we did wrong. Let us know what we did right. Hope you all enjoyed listening to the show. If you didn't, of course, always let us know. To all those people,
Nah, don't. Keep that to yourself.
no negativity at all.
Yeah, thank God K-pop Twitter hasn't canceled us yet.
Oh my God, I know.
That video is actually
surprised
doing pretty well. I was checking the video. It's doing pretty well. The one we
Yeah.
uploaded. It's doing okay. Doing pretty well.
Any dislikes?
No.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's doing
Sick.
okay. All right. So to all you people out here listening to this, whenever you listen to this, don't forget to always stay tuned.